But in terms of Harry Maguire,
yeah,
can it work in the same way? I think that ship has probably sailed,
to
be honest. Yeah, I mean, I think when your manager picks a left-back at centre-half instead of you, I think that's a fairly big indicator.
Well, the first game, game wasn't an indicator because he hadn't trained and he'd been really ill, so he just went on the bench. That was the excuse for the first game, and then the next game it was because he played well. But I agree with Rio. What Rio was saying on 5.
He didn't hold back, did he?
Yeah,
on 5 YouTube channel.
Yeah.
I mean, Danny, he went for it. He cited what Alex has just mentioned, Luke Shaw playing centre-back instead of him. Ferdinand says, that's like me going back after the World Cup, playing well. Everybody's saying he's done really well. And Patrice Evra comes in and plays centre-back. I'd want to strangle Patrice. I wouldn't be having it. He's saying, nor should Maguire.
Bit harsh strangling the lad who's picked ahead of you. Maybe the man you want to strangle the manager, but yeah, I get where he's coming from.
Well, he says, I'd have walked straight into the manager's office and said, you're disrespecting me.
Yeah, well, Rio would. And most normal people would. I don't know Harry Maguire well. I don't know if he's that type, or he just sits quietly and gets on about his business.
I'd like to have seen Sir Alex's reaction to Rio walking in and saying that.
Oh, Rio would have had it. That was Rio's character.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he wouldn't. He's got respect for every manager, but he would say his piece. And I think Ferguson's the type who'd respect that anyway.
Does Maguire have a future at United?
No. But he has a good future somewhere else because he's still a great talent. He's got leadership qualities. He's learned at United. Yes, he's had a little bad spell, but a lot of it's been good. He's done brilliantly on international stage at big tournaments. He's great on set plays. He's a good character. He's not a big time Charlie. He's humble. He's a guy. He looks like a great lad. Good family, good support network around him. He's going to have many takers. You know, it wouldn't surprise me if someone like Eddie Howe went for Maguire as another choice for them, or it's a club a club like Newcastle could do a lot worse than get someone like Maguire.
But you think we're at that stage in the Maguire story?
Yeah, it's done.
I think it would be a relief for all concerned. You know, I don't think he's enjoying being a Manchester United player. He's certainly not enjoying being Manchester United captain. I think Ten Hag wants to go in a different direction. I don't think it will happen this month. I spoke to somebody close to the situation at the weekend, and they felt that Maguire is needed this season because obviously United are still competing on 4 fronts. They're trying to get in the Champions League.
Varane doesn't stay fit that way.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And even just when they're seeing out games, listen, it's not a role that Maguire wants to play, but we saw it against Everton in the FA Cup on Friday night when it was tight, 2-1 up. Maguire comes on for the last few minutes just to try and help them defend that lead. In the end, they ended up scoring another goal.
The other thing is as well is if one of them does get injured, and he would be my first. If you're going to play, if you think his first choice is I know he's liking Shaw at the moment, but Maguire can come in for Varane no problem and do a job. His confidence is up.
Well,
I'd probably trust him more than Lindelof.
You were saying to us he's the next big thing.
Pardon?
You were telling us he's the next big thing. When he was at Hull, his performances were
incredible.
incredible.
He was great at Hull. I mean,
Manu went in. I mean, Simon's had his say in Maguire. I don't know if he's changed his tune on it now. But you're saying, and you finished that last statement, Danny, with time up. It's time up for him.
I think so. Not because he can't do a job there. Just because sometimes managers see different players ahead of you. It's not because I'm not saying it because he's fallen off a cliff. I'm saying it because it looks like the manager prefers other players.
Is he good enough for United?
That's the other question I was about to ask, and it goes back to the conversation we had at the top of the programme. Certain players are good enough at certain levels. Is Maguire a top 4 player now? Is a club like Liverpool, if they're looking to rebuild their backline, are they going to put their faith in Harry Maguire? Would Manchester City sign Harry Maguire? Yeah, but if they needed one, would Harry Maguire be on their list? I think the answer is probably no.
Well, the only thing I would say with that is, so we know what his qualities are, and we know he's had a dip in last year or whatever for United, 18 months, to his levels that he'd set. How many games has Harry Maguire played with Casemiro in front of him?
Yeah, that's a good point. It's a brilliant point. Because that again, despite what Mr. Souness was saying on this programme, that has been a transformative signing for United.
Eddie.
But you know what, as well? Not just playing in a team with Casemiro in front of him, playing in a team that's more confident, more organised, more tactically aware.
Better coached.
Better coach.
They've actually got a proper coach now, not a PE teacher.
Are we being a little bit unfair to say that he's now not at the level? Well, the comment was.
Oh, you said it.
No, I'm saying he's still good enough to play for United, with the new manager, with the tactical plan, with Casemiro in front of him. I'm saying the manager doesn't fancy him.
We might have a bit of outside intel from Dickie White of Newmarket, no relation to me. Says, hi guys, rumour here is that Villa are after Maguire. He was pictured with his agent at a local restaurant yesterday.
Yeah.
And that's where they sometimes do their deals. You heard it here first. Dickie White, world exclusive.
No, that was last week.
This was a picture that was doing the round at the weekend, but I think you'll find that Scott McTominay was in the area as well, and I think they've probably just been playing golf at the Belfry.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
All right, nothing in it. Dickie, don't ever come to us again with a world exclusive. Who knows, though? But, I mean, you would think, to get back to what you were saying, Alex, moments ago, you wouldn't think there'll be any movement. Certainly not in this window, but maybe come
the summer.
I think it'll be the summer, because we know United aren't going to invest big on reinforcements this window. Therefore, I think Erik Ten Hag wants to keep the bulk of the squad together. But certainly in the summer, I think they'll look to move him on. The big question mark is going to be the fee, because they're not going to be able to recoup anywhere near what they spent on him, are they?
I think United are moving forward, and Ten Hag says, I want him gone, they'll make it happen.
Yeah,
he's in a great position at the moment because the board seems to be backing him in what he wants to do.
They've not been great at shifting players on, though. Phil Jones is still there, incredibly.
Is he really?
Incredibly.
Good old Phil. Maguire, meantime, says, I feel good now. We've got a lot of good centre-halves at the club. There's a lot of competition for places, and I'll keep fighting. I'm sure he will. Will we see him on a regular basis? Well, we'll watch for that. It's 11:15.
Jim White and Simon Jordan. Monday to Friday mornings from 10 on AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.